My name is Diana Baker-Smith and I live and work in Sydney on Gadigal country. The work I have made for PICA is called Falling Towards Another, a score for the void, and it is located in the mezzanine of PICA, also known as the void. And the work consists of two components. The first is a large-scale graphic score that's painted directly onto the four walls of the mezzanine. And the other part is a live performance that I've made in collaboration with Perth Ballou dancers, choreographers, Sofie Burgoyne, Isabella Stone and Emma Fishwick. And that involves Emma and Isabella doing a single rotation around the mezzanine, connected by a 30-metre piece of bright blue wool felt. So to make the work here at PICA, I firstly came and did a residency and was in the studio here, and there was two parts of that process. One was really going into the archives and learning about the history of PICA, and the other one was really tuning into the space in an embodied way and thinking about the way in which people use this space, taking note of the rhythms of the building, the sounds of the building, the smells of the building. In terms of colour, there's two strategies or two registers operating in this work. So the first is very much responsive to the building itself, and I'm being led by the building in terms of the colour choice. So the terracotta red lines that you see are a sort of reference to the terracotta brick that's underneath the surface, and the dusty sky blue circles is also a reference to the bricks that were used to block up the windows and doorways that were in place when the building was first built for a school. And then there's this other register which is maybe more speculative or energetic in terms of this bright electric blue, which I think of as a sort of energy field of time, history and a sense of movement. And so they're the elliptical shapes. In terms of people experiencing this work, the aim is that they will feel a sense of movement, both in terms of a sort of optical sensation of the horizontal, perpendicular and the sort of the lines that are in the space. And you're also thinking about the building and the different rhythms and movements within the building. So the way that this work then operates for the dancers that I've been working with, they've kind of found their own logic and own interpretation of the score, which is what I would like to happen for anyone that's walking through it. And added to that is the layer of this huge textile fabric, which is this beautiful wool felt that I developed with Leah Giblin, who I often work with. So developing that material and trying to find the right material that also has enough structure that can be stretched across this huge space and still hold itself and still have a sense of it also dancing as well in the space. For me, when I spent time in the space and kept walking around this mezzanine, and so yes, it's a rectangle, but once the body is moving around it, it's an ellipse. So I was thinking of it in relation to a sort of planetary movement and this push and pull that happens between two bodies. And in this, I was thinking about the way that Marx talks about the movement of time and history and the relationship between the dialectic and dialectical materialism and dialectical logic, in which he says there's these two celestial bodies that are falling towards each other while simultaneously flying away. And so this tension for me of this two bodies, and in my version, these two dancing bodies moving around this ellipse, was just the thing that this building wanted in my mind. And this, as I guess the whole thing is about the different layers of time and history in the building. So the ellipse felt like the thing to lean into, and this idea of a movement within this elliptical formation.
The Judy Wheeler Commission has been a huge opportunity for me.
It's such a unique commission, and now this space is kind of transformed, and all of a sudden it's a performance space. It's 4 walls of a gallery. So I think it opens up the potentials of PICA and has opened up many potentials for me as an artist.